Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Sniffer is under more pressure than water at the Hoover Dam. Everyone's coming after him for the shutdown. Union presidents, the very news that he relies on to back him, and even senators in his own ranks. That guy couldn't keep his people together if he was gorilla glue. And it's not just about the shutdown. He's getting replaced as the party's leader by a guy who eats rice with his fingers. Hey Zoran, stop that right now. They already invented forks and spoons for that very reason. I'll show you in a second a video of a Democrat senator just saying it as it is. But first, here's Everett Kelly, the president of the American Federation of Government Employees.
This whole fiasco need to be resolved. It need to be ended. And people need to do their job, right? And if people are doing their job, guess what? America wouldn't be hungry. Guess what? Federal employees wouldn't be standing in lines to get food. People just need to do their job.
So is your message right now to Democrats in the Senate open to reopen the government and then get back to work? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. I'm saying that the American workforce should be at work providing the services for the American people, and in the process, they should get paid because they're just like the rest of America.
Absolutely. That was pretty good from Jake Tapper, letting the audience know that it's Democrats with the power to reopen the government. Here's CNBC pressuring this Democrat senator.
Are you ready to vote with the Republicans to reopen the government at this point as a reasonable Democrat? Maybe others would follow you.
You know, I'm not there yet, because we have had literally, Joe, no discussion whatsoever about how we're going to deal with these
This is the right way to do it, Senator? By people not getting paychecks at the TSA? This is extortion. You think this is the right way to do it? In your conscience, you think it's the right way to do it? I never thought I'd say that, Andrew, that it, as a human being, he always says that. As a human being, you think this is the right thing to do? That's your line.
Well, that's why Senator Hawley and have our bill to make sure that folks get the nutrition that they absolutely need is why the president is paying the troops.
Hey, someone tell this doofus that our government is larger than the welfare programs in it. The world doesn't revolve around LaQuisha, who perhaps made bad decisions when she was younger by letting LaMarcus and LaTyrone and LaQuene or LaQuavis or whatever, man, all the Lays just give her babies, and now she has 7 kids with no real father in their lives. The American taxpayers want our roads fixed, they want federal crimes prosecuted, our borders secure, our military paid. Not all of us think the government's sole purpose is to send money to its citizens. Here's the real important one. I usually don't like highlighting what Democrats say, because I mostly don't care about what they think. But it's important in moments like this when you have such partisanship for members of the other side to come out and say, hey, look, hands up, we're in the wrong here. And that's exactly what Representative Gottheimer did from New Jersey.
Well, I think we actually, that doesn't solve the health insurance problem, the premium problem. I think what's a very fair deal and is open the government and let's just vote on extending these premiums for a year or more. Well, I don't understand what's so hard about that. And by the way, Senator Thune has offered that, I believe. He said we'll have he offered up a vote that we can actually have a vote on extending these premiums. I think when put to it, you're going to see Democrat and Republicans, senators and congressmen and women want to vote for that. Why would you not want to vote to extend help with these tax credits, get premiums down for people? People are getting hurt right now in their pocketbooks. Yep. They're really need help. So why not give them some help?
All right.
Of course, as a Democrat, he thinks that the government can help. The older I get, the more my position on healthcare becomes nuanced. Before, I would have just told you, yeah, repeal Obamacare, destroy it, just scrap it off. But, I understand that there are people who need these things. I just don't think the government is the solution. I would rather have church charities be responsible for these kind of things. I think we need to trust the magnanimous nature of the people in this country. We will help each other if the government isn't constantly making itself daddy over our lives. The Democrat position is so condescending to me. They have this "we are going to help you" attitude, and I don't like it. But I appreciate Gottheimer saying those things. Behind the scenes, I'm sure Chuck Schumer feels the heat. He's probably feeling like someone walking barefoot in Phoenix, Arizona in the middle of July. I'm really praying to God that they don't come up with some kind of stopgap solution to this EBT funding lapse, because I think the country needs to lose that for a little bit. The 40 million people on it, yeah, I'm sure out of those 40 million, 10 million might really actually need it, but at least 30 million people will feel the need for the first time in years to get a job. I hope people understand. The people on EBT drive better cars than most of us. They have huge shoe closets. The LaMonicas and the Latasias, they're getting their eyelashes done, their nails done. Now, of course, their bodies still look like ocean whales. I am so mean. Why would I say that? The point is, they're buying luxuries for themselves that they shouldn't be buying because sometimes they'll sell their EBT cards for cash. Let's say they have one worth $2,000 a month. They'll sell it to somebody for $1,000, which is obviously very bad math. It makes no sense to exchange $2,000 worth of anything for $1,000 cash. So you have people who should be poor living like they're rich because the government is subsidizing their poverty. Whereas you have actual poor people who aren't on these benefits, who are working hard, trying to feed themselves, living by their means, most importantly, and not relying on the taxpayer, never getting the same attention from the government that supposedly cares about the people. I see these TikToks of people complaining they have to work 80 hours a month to keep their benefits. And it's like, that's what the rest of us do. Everyone else has to work. Why can't you? There's no jobs. Yeah, but are you really putting yourself in a position to be hired? Were you working when there was an abundance of jobs? Hey man, the economy's bad. Yeah, but we hear that from you every year. And even when the economy is considered not bad and actually good, you're not actually participating in any other different way. This is turning into a rant. Thank you all very much for watching. God bless and goodbye.